Okay, I wanted to take your opinion on what we do in the vertex side. So what I am going to do, I'm gonna go through an example, like a simple example, and I want to take uh, your suggestions or what do you think if there's something that I'm missing in here. So you create a new project by, I'm sorry, you can either upload an existing project that you want to do some work with, or you can create a new project and then you come here and you choose the type of the project. In our case, it's going to be the vertex project, and this is um, the Maven metadata for the project. And then once you fill in what you want, you create, you click on create project. And the first thing that happens is you land on the diagram page with the main vertical already existing. And the main vertical is just the vertical that you like, like the main function kind of for the Spring Boot application. And it extend abstract vertical and it override the method start. Uh, and here is the pseudocode for whatever I'm thinking that I want to do. The logic goes in here. You can write in pure English or you can write in Java language. Int a equals 0 and so on. So, but for now, let's just keep it as English language. And here we say that, create a get some configuration from the configuration file, and then deploy a consumer vertical and with the name consumer vertical, deploy a vertical with the name consumer vertical, deploy vertical producer vertical, and if we so the main thing that you're going to be dealing with is actually these icons in here. And if you see, the first one is package, so let's drag one and drop it in here, and you can see now we have a package within the main package that we created, and let's call this consumer, and we can then click on it, and then we can add a consumer icon to it. So the consumer icon is the same. It extends abstract vertical and it override the method start. And here we have the functionality or the pseudocode that we think that we need for the logic for that function. And here you see that register consumer on the event bus to listen to the for messages. Um, so this is, it can be changed. You can write whatever you want here. You can explain exactly the logic of the function in English or in pseudocode or in Java language, whatever you prefer. So this is the consumer, and let's create another one by clicking, going back to the upper package, and then we can drag another package in here, and we can call it producer. And within this producer, we're gonna also be adding another vertical, which called the producer vertical. And let's call it producer. And here also the pseudocode for it. And this also extends the abstract class and it overrides the starting method and so on. So that's it. I think, okay, let's change this to vertical. And so this is as simple as it is. There's also router here. There is interface. If you want to create a router, then you can also create. Let me just show it to you how it does. So here you can see that create a router instance, define a router for hello world, and start HTTP server to attach and so on. But let's for now take this off. Um, so you pretty much can create everything within these diagrams, and then once you perfect the diagrams and you want to generate the project for that diagrams, then you can click on create code. And once you create code, all this information is going to be sending to CodeAI engine, and CodeAI engine will be generating the whole project, and the pseudocode that you mentioned or that you wrote will be converted into actual code. And let's show this here. In about 20, 30 seconds, it would generate the whole project, depending on the size of the project. But here you go. We have, and the other thing also, it generates the code, but also it generates the unit test for the code that you wrote. So let's look as an example here. So this is the main vertical. Let's look at it and see what it has of code. So as you see here, it created it extend it pretty much created the actual code from the pseudocode that we had. It connected to the configuration file, and then uh, it uh, it deployed the consumer vertical in here. It's adding the configuration to it, and also same thing with the producer. And let's look at the uh, consumer and see how did it do. So here is as well, it's registering the consumer event bus. Listen to the example. You can change this to the address that you wish, and you can also change the logic in here as well. And also, let's look at the producer. You can see that also it converted the pseudocode that we give, or the logic comments that we give. It converted that to an actual code. Um, so that's it. I mean, you can do a lot more than that by, I mean, you can share the project with a team member, or share the project. You see, like here, you can share the project with a team member. If you share something here, you can share it with some people that you specify. For example, I will show you. So you can come here and share with the team. You can come here and then project name, description, and then you can add your email and everybody's email that you want access to that project. And this is will have the project be listed in here, and only the team member will have access to it. And if you share it publicly, then it's going to be shared with everybody that have access to CodeAI. Just, like if you create a template that you think is going to be useful for other people, then you can share it publicly and so on. And here it shows like the project that you shared publicly and so on. So I would love to hear your opinion on that, and if you want to schedule a meeting or so to go over details, because I'm sure that I skipped many things just to make it simple enough for you to give me a feedback, or to get the idea and think about feedback if you have any. All right, thanks a lot. Looking forward to talk to you.